Fantastic, we are now live. So this is, probably can't see, but I'm going to show you. Let me just get my phone set up so I can see comments. We're recording this in 360 and we're also doing live stream on YouTube with all these parts here, which I'm going to show you in a sec what they are. So let me just get over to my YouTube and I can see comments and stuff when you guys comment as well. So yeah, so bear us 2 secs and I should get the video up. Oh, I've seen it right in front of me here and I can see your comments anyway. So yeah, we're doing a new build basically. This is a new build. Yeah, we're doing a new build basically. This is a new build. Turn on volume down so I don't repeat myself, but yeah. So this is a new build and oh. Let's put my phone somewhere.
Hello, what's Davis? Thank you.
Oh.
That's alright, what's the problem?
So let's move some stuff around. Yeah, so it's a new build and so I'll just show some of the components. So if we clear this bench off and we can go through bits and pieces of what I've purchased and brought and why I bought it quickly, and then we're going to do a complete full build a little bit later on, which is going to show you how I put it together, what we're going to install on it, and all the configuration work involved, so you can actually do this yourself as well. So that's the motherboard. So we've gone for the gigabyte motherboard. My last build was a gigabyte motherboard, which you've probably seen anyway, which I totally. Let's put that there so I can see, make sure I'm in focus as well. So yeah, so I've chosen this gigaboard motherboard because they're not too bad. It's not a mega expensive board. It's in the budget that I wanted to spend, and it had everything I needed. And it had 6 sockets, 32 gig of RAM. It can take the AMD chip that I wanted to use, which is this one here, which I'll talk about in a sec. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox, we're going to slot everything in. So in here we have CETA cables. I've got some custom CETA cables coming, so I haven't got them with me at the moment. So there we go, and we'll take the instruction booklet out, put it to one side, because what we're going to do, use this box as my test bench, because when you buy anything new, it's always good to build it out of its case so you can test it first to make sure it all fires up before you put it into the case anyway. So this is the main board, so we'll get that unpacked, which is really nice. So then this is a Gigabit 970A DS3P motherboard, socket AM3 Plus, and as you can see on here we have Ethernet ports, USB 3, USB 2, quite a few USB 2 ones, sound and audio. This build we don't really going to need to be using audio. The old style mouse and keyboard, again, we're not going to be using any of that sort of functionality on here. So we are going to be taking these off because we're going to replace it with a nice humongous CPU fan that's going to go on there. We've got our 4 sticks, so we can stick up to 32 gig of RAM, which we've got that as well. This had quite a few different slots here so we can have more than one graphics card, and because it's got onboard NIC, I've actually got 2 network cards going into this as well. And the best thing I chose about this board, because it was reasonably in my budget, and plus it has 6 6 SATA ports that runs at 6 gigs, which is perfect. So yeah, so that's all the normal stuff. Again, I'll put all the descriptions below on this video once it's all been streamed and it's not live anymore. I'll fill the blanks in on that side there. So to accompany this board, we've got the AMD processor. That's the AMD FX processor, Black Edition. I won't unbox this because I'll just go through because yeah, was this video too long? So this is the AMD X8. This is 8-core Black Edition, and it's also got, so it's 8 cores. So this can achieve up to 5 GHz clock speed with double clocking and stuff. 8 cores. So most of the stuff I bought is the RAM's overclocked, this can be overclocked, and the CPU overclocked. So that's the AMD processor I purchased. I've also brought 6 of these 3 TB hard drives because this is going to be like a NAS box stroke PC virtualization server we're building and using Unraid. So 3 TB, we've got 6 of those drives to put into this machine here. We also now have we've got some nice fantastic memory here. So we've got the Corsair Vengeance Pro Series, that's the 32 gig kit, 2 times 8, obviously 4 times 8 one total, so that's 32 gig. And this again, this can be double clocked as well, so it's double clockable, so fantastic on that one. We brought an extra fan for the case because in the case we basically purchased, which is on my other video that I've previously done, which is the Air 740 case made by the same company. But it doesn't have a fan in the hard drive side of the chamber, so these hard drives get pretty hot pretty quickly. So adding a fan in there does keep them cool down. So that's what we purchased. I'm hoping I bought the right size and it fits. So we'll do it on another video. So this is just the overview on parts. Because I've got one NIC on board, I wanted to add in a few NICs. So rather than buy a quad NIC, which is a bit expensive, which is about a couple £100, I decided to go the cheap route and buy 2 TP-Links gigabit PCI Express cards, and we've got a few ports on here that these will plug into. So that then give me 3 network cards, and a total back-end speed to my network will be 3 gigabits. So it should be ample enough for pass data and making the server nice and quick. And using Unraid in this system, it will do the team bonding on the cards perfectly. So job done on that side. Then I decided to go for, because with the Unraid you need the cache drives, so I went for 2 Western Digital Blue 500 gigabyte SSDs. So they'll be running my cache disks, and that's where I would load my VMs on this, so the virtual workstations, and also acts as cache for the actual main RAID disks, which are our 3 TB drives. So we've got those put to one side. Then we decided to go for the GeForce GTX 1050 graphics card, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy an additional graphics card to go into the system here. So I have one card dedicated for the main management console for Unraid, and this is going to be dedicated to one of the VMs that I can use as like administration PC, which can be running Windows 10 on it, and it's capable of running games on it as well. So with the RAM we've got installed in this machine, we've got a decent graphics card, so we should be able to do some gaming on it, as well as it being a virtualization server stroke NAS for the network. So we have that. And now with Unraid, when you download Unraid, you basically don't need, it doesn't run off the actual SSD drives, it don't run off the 0ATA drives, it actually runs off a memory stick key. So I've ordered this USB 3, it's a scan disk, 32 gigs, don't need any more than that because Unraid doesn't take a lot of space up. So you install it onto this memory stick, make it bootable, and you boot off the USB port. And I've gone for this very small profile look, because when it's plugged into the USB 3 port at the back, it won't get caught. So if you are moving your server around to move it, you're not going to catch it. Because I have originally got a test bench where I'd use the longer stick, because it sticks out so far, I could just see that easy being snapped off, which is no good. So I went for a smaller profile one, and it does recommend a smaller one. Don't need any more than 32 gig. The one I originally did a test bench for, it's 16 gig, and it doesn't even use half of that at all on space. But yeah, so that's what I've gone for holding the Unraid software itself. On the case, can't show on the bench because I've got too much on the bench, but if you look at my previous video, you'll see the Air 740 case I've gone for. These are the drive bays. I bought some additional ones because this allows you to put 3 full-size hard drives in, and I bought a second chassis and hard drive pluggable bits to allow me to, I'm going to have to retrofit it underneath itself. So these can be, so I can add up to 6 drives in there itself. So yeah, so as I said, I've got the cables coming through for, these are standard CETA cables, but I've actually gone for some custom ones because I need the cable length to be a bit bigger. So we'll do a catch-up video on this, showing the new leads once they've come in itself. And I think they're purple. I think I went for purple on that side as well, so it makes it a bit colourful. I have got some RGB lighting to go into this case as well, so we're going to add that on there. So the next video I'm going to do, because it's just a very quick overview of parts on this new build we're doing, and this is a bit more of an upgrade from the last one I originally did. I've got some video footage to come from the last one because that's obviously did something a bit more different to what we were doing with this one. So this is my home build, because I require 15 terabytes storage for all my video footage. So this is my own build itself. The other one is going out to a friend, going to be installed at one of his shops. So yeah, so there'll be a video coming up for that as well. So that's it, yeah, so very straightforward. I'm not going to go into massive detail on all these parts because there's so many YouTube videos out there that covers all this kit in detail, the speed and testing and stuff like that. I'm very much a builder that says, right, that'll do me, that's within my budget, need a pet, need that, job done, you know, nice and easy. I'm not going for this overkill, double clocking and stuff. I want this server to run nice and easy. Don't need double clocking in place, but it's there if the server requires, because it's automatic double clocking. So if it needs it, the power's there. If it doesn't, it can just tick over, which is nice. Last thing I want to be doing is overclocking and causing lots of issues with this. So the other bits I also got with this, so if I just clear the bench up a little bit, so we can put some more stuff up on there. So they're the main component parts I've gone for. Now, I'll move this out of the way, get some space. Yeah, I run out of space here. Put to one side for a minute. So I've got an extra cable length for the fan, so we can split one connection up and get 2 fans run off the same port on the motherboard itself. So we've got that. And we've gone for the power pack. Again, gone for the same brand as the case, Corsair. We've got the RM550X, 550 watts, and it's a modulus box, so we can actually get custom cables. I'm buying custom cables for this. It's not using the ones that come with it, because then I can get a bit extra length, and they can be then tied in the case a bit more nice and neatly as well, giving us lots of space, because we're going to fit in some extra discs that are not meant for the case, and we need to make sure there's no cables in the way, so this will fit nice and seamless and look professional at the same time. So that's the power pack we're using for that. And we've also gone for this humongous CPU cooler. Just move this out of the way. Limited space at the moment, but yeah, gone for this CPU cooler. I've had this one before in my last build I did, and I did like the look of it. And it's, even if it double clocks, there's plenty of horsepower in this fans. It's 2 fans. It's got a humongous heat sink. So I can take this out. Yeah, so it's got a humongous heat sink here. So it'll take all the heat off the CPU. Comes with 2 of these fans either side. That's going to keep it super cool. These are really nice. And all this is very silent. I thought it was going to be very noisy after all this got installed last time. But unfortunately, it was actually a very quiet machine. So this could actually run in my room without any additional noise. And there's no vibrations. It's just super quiet. So yeah, so we were talking about £100 or so spent on the motherboard. This was about 50 quid. Hard drives were the most expensive parts, the SSDs and CRATAs, the drives itself. Again, I'm going to put all the links eventually in this video at the bottom for where I purchased them, or where you can purchase all these parts anyway. Right, to shoot out, because I did originally have an order but wasn't completed, so I was missing RAM from it. So I wanted to get this build done. So these were brought from Maplins in Bracknell where I live. So I ordered them this morning. They phoned me within like half an hour and said, you can come and collect them. So fantastic. So I really wanted to get on with this build and create a nice build video. That arrived this morning in the post, so that's quite good. So most of all this all arriving on the same time me doing the video. So yeah, so that's what we've got to put together. So, and I will do a video, probably won't do a live video, where we'll actually have all this fitted in, components going in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually get everything out on this bench, and we're going to slot everything into the board here and power it all up first. It's always good to do that first to make sure all your components work outside the actual case itself. And once you've got OK and it boots up and you get posting going, you could probably actually install the software at this level and then transfer it into the case afterwards. So I may actually do that on the bench to make sure everything is running as it should be, and then we can install it in the case, do a finalised video, yeah, job done then. So and then we can get on with the software configuration, how to install Unraid, how to set up your disks, how to set up your SSD drives, and then obviously then configuring shares for your network, user passwords and stuff like that to make it nice and secure. And then set up the VMs on there, and then signing the VMs to dedicated graphics cards, showing how that works with a separate mouse and monitor and keyboard and stuff. So keep watching, and if you like this video, remember thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and be a bit patient because I'll get all the links on this a bit later today, maybe sort of this evening, get it all up on there. So if you keep popping back, then look at the description, you'll get all the links to all these parts I've purchased on here. So any questions, guys, please do comment below, and I'll check them a bit later and reply back as soon as I can. But at the moment, I can't see any comments at the moment. So if you are made comments, I can't see them, but I will actually reply to you after the video. So thank you very much, guys. Cheers.